All right, we're gonna do a equipment tour of our trucks. All these trucks are trucks that we use to haul silage and or manure. They're gonna be silage trucks and manure haul trucks. Our manure haul trucks, we can take the tanks off and we can put silage boxes on them. Right now, however, they have the manure tanks on them. We're gonna go through these trucks in consecutive order from when we bought the trucks, and then how we have them numbered 1 through whatever. So we're going to start with the first truck here. Okay, so this is the first truck. This is truck number 2. Truck number 1 we don't no longer have anymore. This one we don't use anymore. This was our first actual silage truck. It's got a 16-foot long USA body on it. It's got a Cat 3208 in it. The engine that was in this truck, that engine expired, and we ended up taking the engine out of the number 1 truck is what I would call it, which was a 79 Ford F7000 that all rotted out, and we were able to salvage the engine out of it, and we put the engine into this truck. This is a 1984 L8000. We thought we were on top of the world when we went from forage boxes to silage trucks here. We put it, we pulled a dump wagon with our pull type chopper, and 1 truck will do the job of 3 silage wagons, and we just thought we were we were on top of the world. Again, a 16-foot USA body with 6-foot high sides on it, with a Omaha single acting 128 scissor hoist on it. We'd actually be considering selling this silage box. This silage box could be lengthened. We've cut the fronts off of them before and lengthened them, but we can get into that another day. Junior's down here with me now, and we will move along to the next truck. This is rotted out pretty good. We haven't used it in a couple, 3 years. The doors are falling off of it. But if the batteries were good in it, this truck was one of them trucks that just started every day. We had used it primarily just to bring high moisture corn from one silo to the commodity shed. That's all we used it for in the last couple of years here. We never ran it out on the road or anything.
You have another one just like this.
Yeah. we ended up beefing the tailgate up on it. The USA style tailgate was kind of weak, and we put a couple of pieces of tubing on there, made the tailgate a little beefier. And we moved I don't know if I moved the hinge point farther forward or not. I don't remember now, but at any rate, it is what it is. So she's kind of rough looking. So we're gonna move on to the second truck. All right, this is truck number 3. It's a 1989 Ford L8000. It's got a 7.8 liter Brazilian Ford engine in it, diesel engine in it, with a 5-speed transmission with a 2-speed rear end. All right, this has got a 16-foot long silage box on it with 6-foot high sides. This is one of the first boxes that we built for ourselves. It's got a 6-inch market auger on it. Back when we ran dry fertilizer through the corn planter, we used this truck exclusively for that, and then pulled the auger off and used it to haul silage. Anymore, all we use it for is moving wheat to the grain drill, so it doesn't get used much at all anymore. We just keep it around just for that reason. It's a little too small for a silage truck anymore. It's just not productive enough to use with such a small box on it. But yeah, so this box I built back in like 98 or something like that. So it's got some rust on it, probably needs to be repainted again, but we are going to move on to the next truck here. All right, this is truck 4. This is a 1995 Ford L8000. It's got an 18-foot silage box on it with 6-foot high sides. This one needs a little paint. We do use this one here and there to haul silage with. This truck has got an automatic transmission in it, and back in the day it was our little Cadillac truck. It had air conditioning, you know, automatic transmission. It was a nice little runner to haul silage with. Now anymore it's just kind of small, but we do use it here and there. It's got a Horgan built silage box on it. This box I built in 91 or 92, I believe. Again, it's an 18-foot long silage box with a Harsh 100 hoist, J100 hoist on it, and 6-foot high sides. So we'll move along to the next truck. Alright, this is truck 5. I screwed up on truck 4. Truck 4 is a 1994. This one's a 1995 Louisville L9000. This truck was originally a burned milk truck. We bought it from Burn Dairy back in '03. It has a 22-foot long Horgan built silage box on it with 6-foot high sides. We built this box in '03. This was our first 10-wheeler truck. We thought we were on top of the world, going big time. You know, from single axle trucks, we had 3 single axles at the time, /4. Truck 1 was kind of on its last legs, and we were using that minimally. All that had was a barn door on the back of it, but this truck we use to move feed around the farm. We don't go out on the road much with it anymore. It does need a cab. The doors are pretty well getting ready to fall off of it. But again, we thought we were on top of the world with this. We did have a used engine put in this 3-4 years ago. It's got a 3176 Cat engine in it. It was the first of the electronic series of engines that they put in back during that era. Back when that engine went on that truck, we had a neighbor that had a mechanical 3406 B, I believe it was, in a Western Star that we thought we were going to put into this truck. You know, we would have had to change some wiring around a little bit. Wouldn't have been much. And we ended up we bought that truck from a neighbor, and we ended up selling the engine out of it to another neighbor, and they put that into their silage truck. And then I ended up buying an engine from, I don't even remember where the heck I got it from, but all right, Junior's sitting up in the truck. He's been sick for the past few days here. Kind of got him out of the house today. He wanted to participate in the truck video here. He wanted to start a couple of them up, but the other ones wouldn't have started. Truck 2 and 3 wouldn't have. Maybe truck 4 would have, but hey, go ahead, bud, start her up. This one's a little cold-blooded, but it does start every time we want to start it. We use it every day. It hauls all of the corn silage and whatnot from the lower bunks down there. We move it up and dump it so that we have it closer to where we mix and load our feed. So go ahead, shut her off. All right, we're gonna move on to truck 6. Okay, this is truck 6. This is a 2000 International Paystar 5000. This has got a 3406E engine in it. Right now it has a 5,000 gallon Husky tank. This tank we bought in 2010. This tank wasn't originally on this truck. but it ended up on there. Now all of our tanks and silage boxes that can come off of trucks all have the same bolt pattern, and they bolt to a slide rail system that I put on these trucks. Well, when we put them together with either silage boxes and or tanks on them. We ended up putting a steerable lift axle on this truck. Oh, it was 4 or 5 years ago. The wheels on this one were a little farther ahead. You can see the bolt holes right there. That would have been the front for the front hanger on the Hendrickson spring suspension there. So we had enough frame, and we ended up moving the wheels back on this one and put a steerable, I think it's a Ride Well or Link. I don't know what that kind of suspension that is on it, but we put a commercial valve on it, a number 35 valve assembly on it that we can run all the functions for the Husky manure tank. We've got, there's all the manual levers there, and then it's got a harsh 125 hoist on it as well. We can spread in the field with this tank and or nurse to a tanker. And then it's got the handle controls right there to run the different functions on the tank. Lifting of the boom, swinging of the boom, and activating the transfer / spread and all that stuff. So we're gonna move on to truck 7. I'm gonna have some pictures of this one when it was brand new, or when we just got it. We bought this truck used, so it's a 2000 Paystar 5000, and we originally had a silage box that we put on it for the first couple years of its life, and I'll have some pictures that'll come after this video. So we're gonna move on to truck 7. All right, this is just a couple of quick photos of the Husky tank when it was brand new in 2010 when we put it on this truck. This was before the wheels got moved back and before we put a lift axle on it. Then this is the silage box that we had made for this truck that we actually use on truck 14, this silage box here. All right, this is truck 7. This is a 2002 Sterling. It's got a C10 engine in it. This was originally a burned milk truck. When we first got it, I painted it black. It was the burned yellow, and we painted it black, so just a Central Tractor paint. And then here 2 years ago, we painted it the red and black. Originally, when we bought this truck, we put that Husky tank on it right there. That's our first Husky tank in that truck there. Didn't have a hoist on it. We ended up putting a hoist on it later on, and a slide rail system and everything else. And now all we do with it is we've got a flatbed on there with our liquid fertilizer tanks. That's about all it does anymore, but it can have a silage box put on it. It's kind of underpowered, but at any rate, it is a spare truck that we can put a silage box on it. This one's got a 9-speed transmission in it, and truck 6 had a 15-speed transmission in it. So we'll move on to truck 8. All right, we are at our oldest Husky tank here. When I bought this tank, I had the sills on the bottom of the tank here moved out a little wider so that it would fit over the top of the slide rail. Now there's another outfit that's building these as well, and they're buying them from Husky, with a tall enough sill on there to accept the slide rail system. Now, we originally bought this tank, we had it figured for truck 6, and here's an old saddle here when it was mounted on truck 7. it was mounted on there without a truck hoist. So when it was on truck 7, it was just like a stationary tank and mounted with these tabs. And then we ended up going through and putting a 3x10 sill on there so that it would go up over the top of the hoist. Now, these tanks, there's another guy that's building them like this, and he got pissed at these guys right here. He got pissed at Husky and told Husky that they could not build these tanks with this sill on there for me because it was his idea. That's like, so the owner of the company actually stopped in and seen me one day because we've put a few of these together, a few of these kind of tanks, and we put a few of these together already, and he told me, he says, look, we will move this sill out on the tank, but you're gonna have to add the stringer on there, which is a pain in the ass because you gotta set that long stringer on there, set the tank on, weld it all down, repaint everything. And I said, well, that's fine. I'll never buy another, I'll never buy one of them again, and we will buy those. And that's what we've been buying. I haven't bought one of these since. So this was our first Husky tank. Then that was our second one. So 3 of them now we've had to put the sills on, and I'll never do it again. So we're gonna move on to truck 8. Rant's over.